What the haters say? I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no. Gervonta Tank Davis does it again. Gervonta Davis is about to set yet another record, and he is on pace to outsell the Rolling Stones. That's right. You heard it. The legendary Stones. I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get no. The haters are fuming. But first, let your boy Ego take you through it and let you know where I'm getting this information. Because as always, your man Ego show receipts. I don't just talk about it. I be about it. So the haters can get mad and we gonna see about it, right? Make sure you follow me at BOXINGEGO1 on the gram. I am trying to get to 75,000 on my new page. You guys can help. Link in the description. So I made this graphic for you guys. Tank Davis is on pace to break the Rolling Stones record in Brooklyn. Straight out of Brooklyn, the same youngin' slinging them same onions, smoking that Cali weed, got my game brungin'. I keep a dame tongue in the chain hung, the cane brung by the brick is ghetto. Shout out to Fabulous. That was hard. Tank Davis is on pace to break the Stones record. Tom Brown, TGB Promotions, shout out to him, putting on the event so he would know. And just so you guys can hear it for yourself from the horse's mouth.
Man, I gotta tell you, it's great to be back here in Brooklyn once again, promoting another PBC Mega Pay-Per-View Championship fight right here at the Barclays Center. And it's especially great to be back here at Barclays. This is the place. In Tank's last fight here, he broke the all-time live gate record for a boxing event here in the building. As of today, he's already shattered that record, and he's on track to break the all-time record for any event in the building, 7-8, just like he did a couple of years ago back in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena, where he bumped out the Rolling Stones. And if he does break that record this Saturday night, he'll be bumping the Rolling Stones out once again. Tank is the one. This is going to be an epic event here on Saturday.
So I want to bring up a man who...
I got to tell you, it's great to be back here in Brooklyn once again, promoting another PBC Mega Pay-Per-View Championship fight right here at the Barclays Center. And it's especially great to be back here at Barclays. This is the place. In Tank's last fight here, he broke the all-time live gate record for a boxing event here in the building. As of today, he's already shattered that record, and he's on track to break the all-time record for any event in the building, 7-8, just like he did a couple of years ago back in Washington, D.C. at the Capital One Arena, where he bumped out the Rolling Stones. And if he does break that record this Saturday night, he'll be bumping the Rolling Stones out once.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. Tank is painting it black. He said he's seen a red door and he wanted it painted black. Shout out to the Stones. I like the Stones. Rolling Stones, great American music, as Jackie Chan would say. Now, your boy Ego, I got to get off. I put out a video earlier this morning. Over 10,000 views in a few hours. Shout out to all my supporters. If you gain any value from any of my content, please pay it forward, share the video, engage, leave me a comment, tell me how I'm doing, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that good stuff. There is a lot of low quality content available in boxing. I'm not providing you with that. There's low quality, cheap thumbnails, people rushing to do a thumbnail, rushing a video out. Let me put out a quick 5-minute video, 4-minute video, trying to rush the information. And, the audio's bad, the visual's bad. Boxing, there's no quality control. So it's just like anybody wants to talk boxing, they're free to do it. The thing is, boxing is a niche sport, so you got to be careful where you get your information, because not a lot of people understand boxing, the business, how these things work. Not a lot of people have been in boxing gyms, no boxers, been to cover, hundreds of fights like me, stuff like that. So take my word for it. It don't matter. The pay's still the same. So a lot of low quality content out. You have a lot of Tank haters, right? Who create content and say nobody wants to see Tank versus Lamont Roach. This is a bad fight. They don't want to put in context like, hey, Tank tried to fight Lomachenko. He bailed. He said, I'm not trying to fight this year. And now he might retire instead of fighting Tank. And then they said he was going to retire. Now they're talking about he might be open to Murataya or Keyshawn. Huh? But whatever. Ryo, another opportunity that didn't materialize. So Tank has to fight somebody. Other people were booked, unavailable, different promoters, didn't work. So in comes Lamont Roach, a champion. He is moving up in weight, but he's bigger than Tank, right? So you had content creators who said the fight was canceled. They said Coach Calvin Ford and Coach Kenny were no longer part of Tank's team, and he pieced them out, got rid of them. We just heard from Calvin Ford today at the press conference. If you watched it, he's at the media days and stuff like that. As far as Barry Hunter has been working with Tank. He asked him. He said since Tank was yay high, he'd been working with Tank, and they all family. There's videos of Tank in various weight classes working in the Headbangers gym with Boog, and, going off on the pads and doing the pad work. So a lot of people made this into a big deal. First of all, Tank is in charge of his own destiny in his career. He can train with whoever he wants to. Ryan Garcia then went from Eddie Reynoso to Joe Goosen to Derrick James back to Eddie Reynoso, and he's a big name in boxing. Nobody seems to care. It's just like, Jaime Munguia, he had Eric Morales training him. He had Freddie Roach training him. He went back to Eric Morales. Now he with Eddie Reynoso. Again, nobody seems to care. But when it's Tank, people start spreading lies and rumors and all kinds of stuff. This fight, particularly with Lamont Roach, people said, content creators put out info that nobody wants to see that this fight would not sell. But I'm showing you the proof that they are lies. The organizers of the event, the promoter, do you think they know less than YouTube content creators or more when they have all of the vitals, when they're in communications with the venue, and the venue is saying, hey, you guys are tracking and on pace to break the Rolling Stones record. And if you listen to Tom Brown, right, a professional, he was on the podium. I just played the clip. He literally said Tank bumped out the Rolling Stones at the Capital One Arena in DC. He fought Hector Garcia. Not a big, same scenario. A champion at 130, moved him up in 135, and he's pushing out a legendary, like the Rolling Stones are a classic American group, band. They have made hits. They are world renowned. They have fans for, I don't even know how long they've been a band, but 40, 50 years. They've been turning out hits. They got fans galore, right? And Tank, out of nowhere, is pushing them out in DC. Not pushing them out like on some disrespect, but he's surpassing or breaking their record. And then now they have a chance to do it here again. And it looks like, per their data, it looks like he could very well be on pace to outperform them at the Barclays Center. They currently hold the record for all time, not like boxing only, all time. That means like any event, right? Any kind of music show or whatever, whoever rapped at the Barclays, whoever, rock group played at the Barclays, Tank is on track. So, the legendary Rolling Stones, that is a huge milestone because, again, this is iconic musicians, right? And Tank this is not even his biggest name fights. He's fighting Hector Garcia. I don't have a problem with it. And he's fighting Lamont Roach. I don't have a problem with it But these are 130 pounders to bring them up. So it shows you that Tank is a star. At this point, if he keep beating the Rolling Stones, your boy Ego, I'm going to have to start calling him Tank Jagger out this mug. Bro, that's his new name. It's it. Tank Jagger. I can't get no satisfaction. I can't. Bro, it's it. He Tank Jagger. He outperforming and outselling musical geniuses. And it's so funny because you have content creators. I just put out a video about this earlier today. Now, I didn't know the aspect about the Rolling Stones until the press conference, which is why we watch it, right? So I put out that he was on track to sell out and he was doing very well at the box office with the Lamont Roach fight in the Barclays Center. And you had people who left negative, hateful comments talking about, oh, Ego, you're lying. Nobody wants to see this fight. Where did you get this information? But per usual, Boxing Ego say it and then it check out. So if I was lying in my video that came out bright and early, like 4 in the morning, if I was lying about that, how come when they did this press conference many hours later, Tom Brown didn't say like, hey man, tickets are struggling, da-da-da-da. Boxing Ego a liar. So you guys can say whatever you want about me. You can't call me a liar though, right? So if anything, per usual, I've been corroborated. Tank is big business. Now you see why these other fighters clout chase the man's name, especially in this division, but not limited to. You got guys like Terrence Crawford beefing with Tank. I mean, you're at 154 trying to go to 168. What is that even about? He's a 135 pounder. It's not like you guys are going to fight, you know what I'm saying? And then to fight on some street stuff when you're both multimillionaires is just beyond me. That's just ridiculous. Like, who does that? Like, risk your freedom to prove a point as a professional fighter on some street stuff. Like, so that's goofy. But, you know, these other Shakurs and Keyshawn Davis and all these dudes using this man's name, now you see, because they can't attract flies to that's why Shakur Stevenson last fight, they booed him. I've never seen, out of all the Saudi Arabia fights, I've never seen anybody get booed because I didn't even think that was that culture. Like normally the Muslims and the past fights we've seen, the Arabs were cool. They're just like, hey, we're just learning about boxing. This is kind of new to our country. So they were just like chill, respectable. But Shakur's style is doing something to people, putting people to sleep, you know, making people not enjoy the overall experience, right? Because he got booed. He got booed and people left his fight in his own hometown and he blamed it on Top Rank. Oh, man, they just trying to make me look bad. Okay, you got a whole new situation, new promoter, Eddie Hearn, Turkey, and you're in a different country and they still booed you. They still booing. And then when I make commentary, when I make content saying what it is, y'all get mad. Like, I'm telling you, and I've been telling you, that Tank is a star. I feel like me and Ellie Sekbeck, out of boxing personalities, have been the most consistent with letting you know that people are hating, and Gervonta Tank Davis is him, the face of boxing and a big global star. Like, they know who he is. I've seen like Japanese fighters that don't even speak English, and then Tank tweeted them, and then they go put it on a hat and stuff like that. They're like so happy that like Tank responded to him that a Japanese fighter put Tank's tweet on a hat or a shirt or something, right? Levels. And again, I put out a tweet a little while ago now, and it blew up. It got almost like 500,000. It got over 500,000 views. You know, your boy Ego gonna do his numbers. And people are like, oh, why? Did I lie? I said these dudes is jealous and envious of Tank. Tank is a star. And I listed reasons. Guess what? Those reasons still check out. Everything I said still checks out. So it's funny. All I do is wait. All I wait. You know, people can talk about what I put out and the content and critique it and screenshot it. That's cool. But The proof is in the pudding. This man keeps selling. He keep attracting crowds. These other dudes, and Tank told you himself, he's like, that's why these other dudes is going to Saudi, because they need to get a decent bag. They got to do that. They got to go over and kiss the ring. They got to do a bunch of promo drops for Turkey talking about, hey, I'm Shakur Stevenson. You can win a Mercedes if you sign up for Ring. Get the magazine, guys. Please sign up for Ring. The link is in the description. And you can win a car. Bro, I mean, that's cool. Get your money, get your bag. But Tank don't got to do that. He ain't got to do that. He's not doing all that, bro. Tank ain't telling you like, oh, you know, you got to do this. He's like, just come out to my fight. Shout out to y'all. Keep rocking with me. You know what I mean? Like, he not even like, he came up with Lamont Roach. So he not even really like violating for real. Like Rolly, they didn't like each other and they both came out the Mayweather gym for real. So that particular buildup was like crazy because it was like back and forth. This Lamont Roach has been doing, you know, some Breakfast Club interviews and stuff, but they haven't been violating each other because I think there's a natural respect there, which is cool. Some fights are like that. For me, I like organic. I prefer organic. So I don't want you to have some manufactured beef if it ain't even like that. It's a gentleman's sport. You know, some fights you don't really have problem or disdain for the other person, you know? So don't try to force it to sell tickets. That's what these dudes are doing. Like Conor Ben and Eubank, they got to go off of their daddy's name and crack eggs and omelets, you know, on each other's head and all this type of stuff, pause. But this is what they got to do to build an attraction. Tank has been pretty respectful for this build up. Been pretty like kind of quiet, you know what I mean? Like not, he talking about retirement and stuff, and he's still selling. So you guys can say whatever you want, but the proof definitely in the pudding. And for all the people who say, oh, your information is inaccurate, he's not selling out. Okay, I just showed you. What do you have to say? He might beat the Rolling Stones, you know? So you guys are down bad. Again, be careful where you get your information in the world of boxing, because Tank, for whatever reason, rubs people the wrong way, and he has a lot of support, a lot. But he also has a lot of haters, and it comes with the territory. You know, you couldn't have Metropolis and it's just Superman. You got to have Lex Luthor there. You can't have Gotham City and it's just Batman with nothing to do. So you got to have your Jokers and your Riddlers and, you know what I mean, Catwoman and all that. And that's what it is in boxing. As good as Tank has been doing and what he does for boxing, especially American boxing, right, and building attraction, you got people who hate to see it. So they'll lie. And then they'll lie in favor of people like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, who, again, they talking about Devin and Ryan doubleheader is finna be free in New York. It would be dumb of PBC and TGB Promotions and GTD Promotions to put Tank's fight for free when you can make more money and surpass the Rolling Stones. I'm out.